Hey, what's going on, good people? Give me a minute here, getting everything set up. Want to make sure I don't have no feedback coming in here. How you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a great day out there. It's Friday, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I don't know what you do, on Fridays. If a lot of people are, religious people, I know Jewish people, they don't do anything on Friday. They honor the Sabbath. Oh, there's that feedback. So yeah, I got the feedback done. So yeah, you guys, we got a treat for you guys today. I know about 2, 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was in Las Vegas and I was there with some heavyweight multimillionaires. I was there with some heavyweight. Um, Actually, I met a billionaire as well. So yeah, I'm just getting everything set up. Let me go ahead and go into it right now. So I was with some heavyweight individuals, and I want to give a shout out to my girl Boomy Moore. I really appreciate her. She motivates me all the time. She's a dynamic woman. Shout out to her for inviting me. And I got there, and it was very interesting. And I can't really break this all down to you guys in one video. There was layers and layers of information that came out of that meeting. And so, there were so many different ideas I had there and seeing the future and seeing the opportunities that was presenting themselves to average people. Like you don't need to be a multimillionaire to do what these guys are doing. But you do have to have the proper information and be plugged into the proper people that can, stimulate you and guide you in the right directions. So being there amongst these different businessmen, entrepreneurs, it was a serious meeting here. I mean, like, not only did I meet individuals that were successful in business, I met individuals who launched two or three hundreds of $1 million companies. I mean, I've met individuals who launched multi-billion-dollar companies successfully. Not just one, two or three of these multi-billion-dollar companies. And, so these individuals who are presenting these different companies and opportunities, I think we need to listen to them because this information is not coming from somebody who's just trying a business and new at business, got a great idea, might have got a little funding and just getting out there and getting their feet wet. No, these individuals who are launching these different programs are multimillionaires themselves, and they've already engaged themselves and been successful in multiple companies. And so that got my attention as well because, experience beats reading. I mean, it's good to read, it's good to, you know, to accumulate information. But when you have that experience, there's nothing in the world that can beat that. So I remember when I was growing up, being a kid, we all remember this. My mom used to tell me all the time, she said, don't talk to strangers, and then we still teach our children, don't talk to strangers. This is a mantra that is just repeated generation to generation for various reasons. And there's a good reason why you don't want your kids to be talking to different strangers. And then my mom used to also tell me, don't get in the car with any strangers. Don't go in the car and get in the ride with any strangers. Don't let strangers in your house. Don't let any stranger in the house. If my mom went to the store or whatever, me and my siblings was at home by ourselves, she would tell us, don't let anybody in this house. Let no strangers in this house. And sometimes she would even tell us, don't let anybody in, like even the family members or whatever. Wait till she gets home. So this was a mantra that was repeated to me. And I'm thinking about this mantra today. And I'm saying to myself, 20 years ago, if I would have told you, hey, I have a business model, and this particular business model, you're going to get in a car with strangers, you probably would have looked at me and said, that's a dumb idea. 20 years ago, if I would have came to investors and said, hey, I got an idea that you're going to just lease your house out to strangers, they probably would have told me that's a really dumb idea. But that's exactly what Uber is and exactly what Airbnb is. I rent Airbnb all the time. I love Airbnb, and I love traveling. And sometimes hotel accommodations are not personal enough for me. I like to be in the home. I like to be able to cook my own food, and things like that. But I really vet these places. I'm getting really good at vetting these particular spots, and I look at the reviews and stuff like that. But again, like I said, this was a bad idea at a time when the mindset of the people was not evolved to that level. And this takes me into what I was talking about. I promise you guys, I will reveal to you guys what was unveiled to me in this meeting in Vegas. And again, like I said, it's a lot to intake. There's so much information that was divulged to me. I can't just give it to you in one meeting here. So I'm going to be doing more webinars. I'm going to be really locking arms with these guys. In fact, anybody on this call, anybody that's watching this video, you have an opportunity to meet some of these individuals because we're going to have a meeting here in California on the 22nd. I'm gonna be putting out a flyer. If you guys want to contact EB Crypto, I'm EB Crypto. Oh, I didn't even introduce myself in this video. I'm so excited about this information. You guys know I'm EB Crypto, Eric Brent, and I'm a representative of the Family Cash Machine. Follow the money, and we're gonna be doing more videos showing you guys if you follow the money, you'll find a different perspective and a different narrative on everything they're telling you in the news, everything you see in history. If you follow the money, you're going to find a whole different story. Trust me. So, right now, I promised you guys to bring some of this information to you, and I can't give you too much because it's a graduated thing. We're dealing with some information and technology and corporations and decentralization stuff like that that is going to take a little while for you to understand. But you don't have to fully understand something in order to capitalize on it. Trust me, I've done it before. You don't have to fully understand it. You can learn while you earn, and there's a lot of different um, people who've done that learn why they earn. But if you know what you know, and you can see demand and supply, and you can see where something is going to be needed in society, and you jump on it on the right time, you could put yourself in a position to create generational wealth. Certain type of money is generational wealth. I would say 50 million, 100 million. When you get to that kind of money, this is generational wealth. Now, I'm not saying you can't blow that. There's some people that had 200, 300 million and blew it. See, money without knowledge means nothing. And sometimes knowledge without money means nothing. Because a lot of individuals today, they don't want to hear a guy, who's this guru in corporations, but he driving a bucket. That don't work. People look at, what you drive, how you dress. We live in a very, very, very prejudgmental society. And people look at, oh, he's got on some name brand. They look at the name brands, watch, they look at stuff like that. And when they see that you're speaking about wealth and you're looking like you're doing something, then that goes together. But you can't have your knowledge up here and your money down here. It just doesn't work to connect with people. And then there's so many people who are the reverse athletes, a lot of athletes, and different individuals that might be entertainers. They come into all this money, but their knowledge of money and their knowledge of business may be way down here. So I would prefer to have the knowledge first before the money, because if you get the money first, usually if the money's here and the knowledge here, your income usually follows your mindset. Okay. So if my mindset's here and my money's here, I can bring that income up to my mindset level. That's what I prefer. But again, you broke as a joke, raggedy is all outdoors, and trying to teach people about corporations and business. Nobody's going to want to hear that because they're looking at you and they're saying that, okay, it's not working for you. Obviously, whatever you're doing, not working for you. So you have to have a balance of these things. So these individuals that I had an opportunity to meet, I'm locking arms with them now to help average people to come into ground level companies and businesses that are going to disrupt certain businesses. Now, I just got through talking about Uber and Airbnb. Now, what are these businesses? Why did I mention those businesses? Because these businesses are disruptors, major disruptors. And this is what I saw in this technology in the beginning in 2017 when I started in Bitcoin. I started coming into cryptocurrency. It wasn't about Bitcoin. That's not what attracted ebcrypto. That's not what attracted me. It was the technology that I saw undergirding Bitcoin. It was the decentralization and the ability to be able to send value without a third party. That has never been done. This is one of the most innovative technologies ever in the history of the world. Trust me. And now you got BlackRock, Vanguard, major hedge fund companies want to come into this industry. And they're suppressing this information for the masses. They continue to suppress this information. And they continue to make it seem like it's a bad thing. And now our president, Joe Biden, just passed a law trying to make it even more difficult for you guys to get into crypto. Okay? Because they want the big guys to come in and take this over. And that's where I come into effect. I've dedicated myself and pledged myself to helping average people to get in and to get themselves in position as this technology is transforming and redistributing wealth like you wouldn't believe. So these individuals that I talked to, I remember one time, a good friend of mine's, Dave Lyons, shout out to Dave Lyons, the programmer for the Family Cash Machine. He told me to buy a node, a master node with a company called Boss Coin. Now I know you guys know about coins. A lot of people know about coins, buying cryptocurrency, or buy this coin or that coin, or what's called all these different meme coins. They got so many different names of them now. Pepe. There's so many different. I mean, I can't even count all of them. They're coming out every day. Different meme coins. So these meme coins, a lot of them catch momentum because they get publicity, and anything to get publicity can actually create value. Okay, but I remember he told me to buy a masternode. I didn't know what a masternode is. So with this particular company on crypto, if you have so many coins, usually that is what a masternode is. A masternode is basically a software that allows you to be a part of the validating of transactions. Now, back to what made me interested in blockchain technology. Blockchain technology made me so excited because it was the first time in the world. I'm not talking about Bitcoin. I'm talking about the technology undergirding Bitcoin, which has now been expanded, researched, okay, through a company called Ethereum, and now several other companies are using that same technology called Solidity, where you can build smart contracts and all this stuff. That's why I told you I can't give this all to you in one speech. You got to get in position because it's no name tag on wealth. There's no name tag on money. Anybody can make money if they're in the right position at the right time with the right type of industry and the right people. Okay? Anybody can make money, but you have to be in the right circle of people with the right information, the right technology, the right business. All of that stuff has to line up. And anybody could become wealthy beyond their dreams if these different elements come together. So, back to this technology that has the ability to free us from generations and thousands of years of the manipulation of currency, the manipulation of the people through currency, the corruption of governments, the corruption of banks through controlling transactions. I saw this technology had the ability to disrupt that. We're talking about disruption. And Uber definitely disrupted the taxi cab business. And I remember the taxi cab businesses, they tried to do their little strike and they tried to go out there and stop it. But technology is rolling, baby. You're going to either get with it or you're going to get ran over by it. It is what it is. I don't want to be on that side of technology where I'm just using it. I want to be on that side where I'm capitalizing off of the new innovative changes that's happening in the world. I don't have to be a programmer. I don't have to be a developer. I don't have to be a geeky guy. All I have to do is be in the right place at the right time with the right people to make a sugar honey iced tea bunch of money. You know the word I'm trying to say. I don't want to curse on my channel. I'm trying to keep everything professional here. But you understand what I'm saying. You could be at the right place at the right time with the right people, and you don't need a whole lot of money to just explode your income. But you have to have the information. Okay. So my programmer, Dave Lyons, shout out to Dave Lyons, told me to buy 40,000 of these coins when they came out. It was called Boss Coin. I remember it was like 2000, maybe 2016, 17, 18, something like that. And I didn't do it. And I had a whole Bitcoin. A Bitcoin at that time was $1,500. When I first got in Bitcoin, it was $200, but I didn't have the knowledge and I wasn't in the right circle. I saw something, I heard something. Oh, you can do transactions without a bank. You can do transactions without a third party. And I'm saying to myself, how is that possible? How can you do a transaction with no a third party, without a bank or somebody, this administering this transaction and making sure both parties receive or send and get the equal value of this transaction? How? Because we've never done that. And so that's why that makes this technology one of the most innovative technologies ever in the history of the world, because it has the ability to not only change money, but to change anything of value, whether it's invention, whether it's music, whether it's movies. It has the ability to change social media. It has the ability to redistribute the wealth from a centralized economy, a centralized government, a centralized transactions. What I mean by centralized is you have Bank of America, and then they authorize you to send the money to this person, send the money. They can stop the transaction, whatever. No, that's not the case with this technology. Anybody can send anybody money anywhere in the world. Well, not money, but value. You can send Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin. You can send Pulse Chain. You can send any coin to anybody, and it's value that they could exchange for cash. And you don't need the permission of a government. You don't need the permission of a bank. This is groundbreaking stuff. When I saw that, I was like, wow, this is what led me to this industry, because of the freedom of it all. If you notice now how hard it is to move money, anybody who has a business knows. If you're just working a job and you're getting direct deposits, you don't see it. But try to go move $1,000 right now. Go try to send somebody $2,000 in another country. See how hard it is. See how hard it is. Now, you might say, well, I'll just do a bank wire transfer. Okay, well, you go to the bank, do a bank wire transfer. It's going to take you, they're going to tell you 72 hours before it gets there. Now, I've sent money to UK, to London, to Europe, to different countries, France, several times, Africa, and it's never got there in 3 days. Now, you telling me in 2024, the bank's technology is not better than Western Union, not better than MoneyGram, not better than Cash App? I refuse to believe that. Their job is to hold your money. They're going to do everything they can to take as long as they can. So let's say I'm sending $1,000 to Europe. You're telling me it's going to take 72 hours when I can get on a plane and be in Europe in 8 hours, 9 hours? That doesn't make sense. Now, I've never got a transaction there in 72 hours. It's always taking a week. Then I got to call the manager of transactions and track it down with the Swift code number. It's a mess. But for me to be able to send value to somebody anywhere in the world within seconds with minimum fees, I've seen $100,000 on the blockchain sent to someone for 52 cents. This is the kind of technology we're into now. That's why everybody want to get into it, and they want to keep the little man out. But back to this meeting I went to. This is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the software nodes. Now, everybody is on crypto. Everybody is doing crypto. That's great. But how about you be a part of the confirmations and verifications of the transactions? You don't have to do anything. You plug in the software and it does everything for you. And you sit back and coins are rewarded to you as a verifying member of the blockchain. That's what's allowing these transactions to go because now we're not dealing with a CEO. We're not dealing with a bank. We're dealing with the people. And because anybody and everybody could download the app, be on the software, can see the transactions, we don't need a third party if everybody can see all the transactions. Nobody can cheat anyone. Anybody can track a transaction and see it made it to their wallet. Beautiful thing about it, we don't have to use our names. We don't have to divulge our social security. We don't have to worry about getting hacked, which is a huge, huge problem right now in the world. Hacking is a huge, huge problem. I think 3 years ago, 4 years ago, it might have been 5 years ago, Visa got hacked. I mean, how many of us got a Visa on our car? How many of us got a Visa logo on our car? Visa got hacked. So once Visa got hacked, now you're talking about hundreds of millions of people's information in jeopardy, okay, of being violated or it's taken or stolen or whatever. This is the problem with a centralized system. The problem with a centralized system, let's say Visa decides, okay, if you don't have a certain credit score, you can't have a Visa card. They have the power to, with one button, to just isolate millions of people from this system. That's the problem with centralization. So now we're moving towards a more decentralized um, technology. Anyone has the ability now to be included in the wealth growth or this great exchange of wealth that's happening right now. And this is where we're at. This is what we're doing. Anybody out there that's not sleeping under a rock, I don't have to mention to you about inflation right now. I don't have to even talk about how inflation is just out of control right now. You know, I went to buy a sandwich the other day. It's $20, $20 just to buy a sandwich. That's not counting the chips. That's not counting, a drink. It's just a sandwich. Half of the sandwich is $14. Like, huh? How do we get to this point where a slice of bread, a few little pieces of meat, some lettuce is $15? Because now, at the rate of inflation, listen to me, this is very important. Within the next 5 to 7 years, inflation could be doubled what it is today. So, what does that mean? That means that if I have two jobs right now and I'm maintaining, maybe I'm contemplating a third job because these two jobs, I'm still living check to check. In 5 to 7 years, I'm going to need four jobs. Now, who can do that? Who can have four jobs just to maintain what you have? This is what's going on right now with the economy. I don't even have time to go into all of that. It's so much, so many different layers. We're going to go into this over videos and videos and videos and make people understand what's really going on right now. We have to have this conversation about money right now. There used to be a time we didn't have to have this conversation. Now, not only do we have to have the conversation about money, we have to have the conversation about our mindset about money, changing our mindset about money, changing our understanding of how value works, changing our understanding of transactions, because these governments now are trying to control all your transactions, which could suffocate your growth in any business. So now, money is changing all over the world. Okay. So this meeting was about software. These are multimillionaires who have developed so many different companies, and there's more companies being developed that you and me have an opportunity to be a part in the ground level of them, and it's decentralized. Woo! Let me break down to you what that indicates. Okay, now let's say, for instance, let me give you an example. Uber is a app. And I think the first 5 years they made like 40 billion or something. I don't know what they're at now. They're definitely in the billions of dollars. And Mike, uh, Mike Paul, gentleman I met there, he rode in a Uber and decided to ask the guy, hey man, how much you making? The guy said he's making $90. Well, Mike was paying $260 for that ride. Now, Uber is a disruptor. It disrupted the cab company and it allowed average people to use their own cars. Uber is the biggest taxi company in the world and own no cars. Wow. It's a different paradigm. It's a different mindset. It's a different shift in technology. So because of the app, we're in the age of apps, but we're heading towards dapps. We'll get to that. So the app allowed him to be an independent contractor with his own car. He's making more money probably than he would in a taxi. He's happy. But you still got this third party that's taking all the money. See? So what about we had a DAP? What if there was a DAP? So this gentleman who I had an opportunity to meet with, Mike Paul, decided that he was going to disrupt Uber, and he's already disrupted several other companies. This gentleman had a gold company. He was making like, I think he was selling like $5 million of gold a day. And he saw a problem with the delivery of gold. So then he went to the delivery service and disrupted that industry. So he's made hundreds of millions of dollars in these two different industries. So I would think he knows what he's doing. So let's say we have a DApp, a decentralized app, meaning that it's on the blockchain. There's no server. There's no CEO. So even though this guy is starting this, he's not really the CEO. We can say the CEO, but the people are the ones that own the company. How about that? That's a whole different mindset, isn't it? It's a shift in the economy that we have today, where you have just a few people having all the money. This gives everybody an opportunity, ground level, to be a part of the growth of that company revenue. This is what's happening right now. These guys have already done this with a company called Gala Games. They bought software. Some of these guys, and I talked to one guy who I talked to one of the guys who missed out on that opportunity. But I did talk to a guy named Billy Womack, and Billy Womack told me that he bought into it. He spent, I think, like $10,000. He bought into this idea of buying the software. And at the time when you bought the software, they distribute to you rewards and tokens. The rewards were not worth anything. But guess what? As more and more games start building up on the Gala game, platform, the value of those coins went astronomical. So that's his reward. That's how that works. So again, back to this DApp, this decentralized app. If a driver can directly connect with the riders without a third party through this decentralized app, drivers and riders are connecting directly together. Damn. Now the driver can say, you know what? I'm gonna charge this guy $190. That's cheaper than the $260 that Uber's charging, right? The rider's happy because he was paying $260 for that ride. Now he's paying $190. He's happy. There's no complaint there. The driver now is making $100 more than Uber paid him. There's no complaint there. And we're using a token to reward those who are the master nodes or the decentralized nodes in this company and are receiving tokens and coins. So as the value of this company is being developed, the value is not going to a CEO, it's going to the people. See that? It's a whole different concept. Could you imagine if you were getting paid to get on a social media? When we get on social media, I think Facebook is one of the largest media outlets in the world, probably now TikTok, but they don't create no content. Isn't that interesting? I told you about Uber, the largest taxi company in the world, but don't have any cars. Then you have Airbnb, the largest hotel accommodations in the world, or what you would say residential stay in the world with no properties. So the whole technological thing is changing the mindset and the way business is being done forever. So we're moving towards Web3, which is going to be more decentralized, which the internet was supposed to be that until governments and banks got involved and centralized everything. And they continue to control your mind through a centralized way of thinking. I'm here to help you decentralize your mindset, the blue pill or the red pill. See that? And allow you to see the matrix as it really is and be in a position where you can be one of those where wealth is being redistributed right now through this technology. And you can be one of those to catch that because it's changing. And all the major companies want to be a part of this, but they want to bring it back into a centralized thing where it's controlled by a few people. But they can't do that because the technology is out the bag now. Decentralization is here. There's decentralized blockchains like Postchain, Ethereum, Cardano, Polygon. These decentralized chains are out there now. You can't put it back in the bag. The only thing they can do is manipulate your mindset so you will centralize yourself. Connect this to that, connect this to that, like they got us doing now. You connect your email to this account, you connect your phone to your email, you connect your Facebook to this. All this stuff is connected. That's not good. Now, I'm going to give you another example. If an Uber driver is making more money, and if the riders are saving money, which company you think is going to disrupt? You have an opportunity right now to be a part of that company in its beginning, in its infancy. And back to this node that I was supposed to buy back in 2017, it was one Bitcoin. At the time, that Bitcoin, no, not 2000, I think it was 2018. That Bitcoin was $1,500. When I got Bitcoin, it was 250. But at the time, this particular company called Boss Coin, which was a smart contract coin, launched. They wanted one Bitcoin. They was going to give you 40,000 of their tokens, which equated a master node to them. Right now, you have an opportunity to just get in and just buy a master node. You don't have to buy coins. Just get in and buy a master node, and it's so easy now to connect that master node to a server within minutes. And now you're getting rewards even before these companies start. Wow, that's what these guys are doing. And I don't want to say any names of people who made multi millions of dollars on Gala games, but it works. And it's the same developers that did the Gala games that's doing these projects now. They're basically tokenizing industries. They're basically decentralizing industries. They're basically disrupting many industries. And you have an opportunity to be on the ground level of these disruptions. And you have an opportunity to be on the ground level of this huge redistribution of wealth that's happening right now. I'm excited about it. I'm not waiting for nobody. I'm not going to try to beg nobody. I'm hoping individuals can catch on and see technology is moving at a rapid speed, and I need to get in before I get ran over. I need to be a part of this huge digital revolution that's going on. I need to be a part of this blockchain. I need to be a part of this. I'm hoping that people see it and get in. I'm not waiting for nobody because it's moving too fast. You don't have time to wait for this. You gotta seize the opportunity because again, inflation at a rate is going, you're going to have to redefine your position. You're going to have to redefine how you're going to make money. You're going to have to redefine everything. And believe me, there's so many opportunities out there in this blockchain technology. It's incredible. And anybody can get in this stuff. You just got to be with the right people at the right time with the right information. And that's what I'm here for. ebcrypto and the Family Capturing. We're going to show you the money. We're going to follow the money. We're going to talk to you about why certain narratives in the news are saying this when it's really that. Because, well, like like I said, when you follow the money, you'll find a whole different narrative of this stuff. But again, this is huge opportunities for you guys. You know, average people can get in on companies that are decentralizing themselves and disrupting other centralized companies that have monopolized these industries and basically exploit it to people, like Facebook. I don't get a check from Facebook, but I'm a part of creating the value of Facebook. You are a part of creating the value of Facebook. What if there was a decentralized Facebook, meaning that you get rewards for getting on? You get rewards for bringing other people on that network. You get rewards for making comments. You get rewards for putting content on there. That's a decentralized system because remember, there's no server. It's decentralized. It's networks and networks and networks connected. And anybody connect becomes a part of not only adding value, but receiving value as the company grows in value. Wow, it's a whole different mindset. So this is what it's about. This is where things are going. Governments don't like it, but who cares? Technology has surpassed governments. Governments are still trying to suppress people. No government on this planet is for the people. Trust me. They're for major corporations, they're for multi-billionaires, they're not for the people. And I don't like the fact that that doesn't represent democracy. Democracy is the people controlling things, running things, capitalizing on things, making decisions. You know, governments are there to supposed to represent us, but that's not what's happening today. They're there to dictate to us. So we have to take a different position when it comes to our freedoms, a different position when it comes to money. How is money being made? And how am I going to fit into this new global economy? Because it's changing. It's changing dramatically. And if you haven't noticed, there's a huge currency war happening in the world right now. As the US dollar is declining, Saudi Arabia did not renew the petrodollar contract of 50 years. That's going to have a reverberating effect negatively on the US dollar. Now you got BRICS. And I think 6 months ago, for the first time, the BRICS organization, have you ever heard of BRICS? BRICS surpassed in GDP, the countries involved in that. They surpassed the GDP of the UN. I mean, you got a lot of stuff going on. That's why I say this is this next level. This is some next level stuff. So you got to understand this next level, what's happening economically on the next level, and you can put yourself on the next level while everybody else is still trying to catch up with the information. You can get in, learn as you earn it, and be a part of this new redevelopment and redistribution of wealth as blockchain technology is redistributing wealth, repositioning people, redefining businesses. It's a great day if you understand what's happening. But if you don't, you can be in bad position. So again, I always got a link underneath this video if you want more information. I did a video a couple weeks ago and the guy wanted to contact me. I got a link underneath every video. Go to the text part of this video, find my link, email me, contact me. I'm going to get more sophisticated. I'm adding more things to where you guys will be able to learn more. For instance, like right now, you can click that link. You can email me. You can go and join the Family Cash Machine Facebook page. We're going to be creating conversations there. And you'll be able to go on my webinars as I create webinars. And also, I'll be able to give you more information on how you can be a part of this huge disruptive revolution, this redistributing wealth to the masses. Oh, I like that idea. And taking it out of people like Mark Zuckerberg, uh, Bill Gates. These people have so much money now, they want to regulate to you what kind of vaccine you're going to take. They want to regulate to you, you know, what kind of food you can eat. I think Bill Gates just bought up all the apple cider vinegars. Why? What is he doing? They buying up all the farmland. He's creating now, making some synthetic meat. I mean, what is going on? It's too few people controlling too much money, and it's time now for a major disruption and to redistribute wealth back to the people who create the value of these companies. That's what's going to happen. I'm a part of it. I'm on. And I want to bring as many people into that mindset and understanding how they can position themselves, not for me, but for your families to be in a position where now you're creating generational wealth. Okay. That's what it's about. And even if you don't create generational wealth, you need to be able to survive and thrive in this new global economy that's shrinking people's lifestyle every damn day and getting you less and less and less income, less and less and less fun, less and less opportunity, less and less resources. That's what's happening. The rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. And what's dividing you guys is knowledge and information. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. You guys have a great Friday. It's been a great time here. Again, you guys, if you want to contact me, hit that link under there. If you want to come out and meet these individuals, there's going to be a meeting and I'm going to have flyers. You guys, again, hit me up here on the 22nd of June. It's going down at 9 a.m. You can come and ask questions and talk to these individuals yourself and find out where these companies are going, how you can get a part of these companies. It's not just for rich people. This is for every person in the world that wants to be a part of this type of disruption that's happening in the world. The disruption is going on with us without us. It's been happening ever since Blockbuster. Where's Blockbuster? It got disrupted. So disruptions have been happening. Apple disruptions, music industry disrupted. All of this stuff is disrupted. Now, I'm streaming. I'm streaming movies. I don't have cable no more. I'm streaming because technology has outgrown the cable companies. Technology is moving. Why would I pay $300 a month for cable and barely have anything on there? I gotta pay for all this extra stuff. You want me to pay extra for Cinemax, pay extra for Disney, pay extra for pay-per-view. Now I'm streaming. I see everything. Basically, just buy the streaming machine and I'm streaming everything. I don't have no more cable bill because technology has superseded the cable company's mindset and the people who are using cable's mindset. Technology has surpassed that. So you want to be a part of the disruption. That's where the money at. Money and wealth never disappears. It only exchanges hands. Wow. That's what happens. The money that Blockbuster used to get, that money's not gone. It went to another industry. The money that the record companies were getting by selling albums and CDs, that money didn't go away. It went to streaming. So disruption is the mindset. And I want you guys to understand that there's huge opportunities for you guys right now, but you got to be in the right place with the right information and the right people to level yourself up and to catapult yourself into position on this next level of success that's going on right now. So with that, sign out, you guys. It's EB Crypto, Family Cash Machine, Follow the Money. Grab my link underneath here at the text part. Be a part of this huge revolution. Be a part of the people who will look back and say, hey, I capitalized on that change. I capitalized on things changing. You don't want to be one of those that sit back and say, damn, I should have, like people saying now, I should have bought Bitcoin. This thing is bigger than Bitcoin. This technology has really even started to scratch the surface of where this thing could go. So I'm gonna get into all of that right now. Be doing more videos, trying to give more information out to the people. At the same time, I'm just not holding nobody's hand. I'm not going back in the on the back alleys to grab Pookie. I'm not doing all that. But if Pookie and Ray Ray come to me and say, "Hey, EB, I want to get this information. I want to see what's going on." Anybody that come to me, I'm gonna take my time to talk to you, explain to you how this is working, how you can put yourself in position. Because I'm putting myself in position. So I'm doing this, period. I'm not telling you to do something I'm not doing. I'm seeing guys that's putting 40 and $50 million in some of this stuff. So, our little change is nothing. But at the end of the day, if a guy put $50 million in one of these different developing companies that I'm getting ready to bring you guys into, that tells me he sees something. And if he puts $50 million in and makes a 10,000x on his money, I put my $1,000 in there. And guess what? I'm gonna do a 10,000x too. And so if it worked for him, it's gonna work for me. Just that simple. You don't have to have $50 million. You don't have to have $1 million. Whatever you have that you decide that you want to, engage in some of these businesses that are developing and redeveloping and restructuring the way business is done, it's gonna work for you. If it works for them, it's gonna work for you. And I'm pretty sure these guys are not just throwing money at stuff. They have teams of financial advisors. They have several people that they can lean on to get information from before they just throw this money at them. But again, you guys, this is EB Crypto, Eric Brent, Family Cash Machine, Follow the Money. And I'm back in the flesh. I'm doing better. Got my health back better again. You guys know I went through a little health scare there. I had took the yellow fever shot. It took me down, down, down. I was on my way to South Africa, but that shot messed me up. I wasn't able to make my trip. Then I went through a little sciatic nerve type of thing that really took me out. But I'm back, you guys. I'm coming back, and I'm highly excited about what's in store for you guys next. And we going to that next level. Okay. All right, you guys. Peace.